Hi everyone, we have another species to introduce you to in today's video, and that species is the North Atlantic right whale. Now, previously named for being the right whales to hunt back in the whaling days, we now say that they're the right whale to love, and they certainly need all the love that they can get. North Atlantic right whales are mostly black in color, with some individuals having unique white patches on their chins and bellies. Now, they can grow to be about 50 feet long, with just their massive heads being about a third of their body. Unlike the other baleen whales in our area, right whales actually lack a dorsal fin, and their most notable characteristic is the callosities on their head. These callosities are raised patches of skin in which scientists use to identify individuals. Just like humpback whales and their fluke patterns being as unique as our fingerprints and all being very different, right whale callosity patterns are very different as well. Now, these patches of skin are often the same color as their bodies, but the light appearance of them is caused by a tiny crustacean known as a cyanid or whale lice. North Atlantic right whales spend their spring and summer feeding in the cool waters like Cape Cod Bay and the southern Gulf of Maine, and in more recent years, around a third of the population is sighted up in the Gulf of St. Lawrence. Now, come fall, some females will migrate south near the Carolinas, Georgia, and Florida, and that is to give birth. When feeding, right whales skim along the surface, feeding on tiny zooplankton called copepods, which we talked about in an earlier video. These amazing feeding displays can actually be seen right from shore. Now, come late winter and early spring, the right whales can often be seen from the beaches of Provincetown, Massachusetts, or at Manamet Point in Plymouth. Now, they often get very, very close, and with a little bit of luck and patience, you can get some really amazing sights. Now, unfortunately, the North Atlantic right whale is critically endangered and has a high risk of becoming extinct even in the next 50 years. There's only an estimated 370 individuals left in the world. Only around 70 of them are breeding females. Now, the greatest danger that these whales face unfortunately comes from humans. About 85% of North Atlantic right whales have been entangled in fishing gear at least once in their life, and 50% of them have been entangled at least twice. Right whales are also prone to ship strikes as they swim and feed near the surface, and without having a dorsal fin, they can be pretty hard to spot. The good news is that people are working really hard to protect these whales by creating safer fishing gear, like this example here of ropeless fishing gear, and speed restrictions have been put in place where the right whales are present. So we hope you learned something from today's video, and we hope that you are inspired to want to protect the North Atlantic right whale just like we do, and we'll see you next week.